Hi guys, Berry Babe here. Donna just let me know that I didn't have a vlog up, but I had done a whole 15-minute vlog with the sombrero on for Andy. But to put the sombrero on makes my head itch. It's one I got in Guatemala when I went to pick up one of my girls. So, I don't remember what I said and what I didn't. So, today I was down 1.5, so I was 142.1, no, 0.5, 142.5 on the little scale. I was a little bit smaller on the big scale. And I was okay with that because I did not do a water pill, and I was still even a little bit swollen this morning after I came up from the basement from doing my treadmill and my bicycle. I am pleased to report that I had a blood meter score of 2.2. Ideal range is 0.5 to 3. I blew only 2 reds on the ketonics, which is lower than I've had in a while, but that's still, red is high, ketones. And I had an 80 blood glucose, which excited me because that's one full indication that you're keto adapted. If you can keep your blood sugar 80 or below at all times, that's a good indication. For me, when I was on insulin, when I would get to 77, I would get sweaty and shaky and feel like I needed to eat something to counteract the insulin. Today I did okay. I had a rough night last night though, and it had me thinking, what the hell am I doing? Because I had gained a couple days in a row, and I know that I'm coming off that fast where I stopped at 140, and then as I've put on fluid and actual food in my system, I put on weight. And I'm having difficulty actually getting the fluid balanced. I've been drinking a little more water last couple days than I was, but still not probably as much as I should. But because I had been going up a couple days in a row, I thought perhaps my calories were in the wrong place. So I got online and looked up some different information. Now my BMR, my basal metabolic rate is 1200 something, and it's plugged into my iPhone, plugged into my scale, so it automatically tells me what my BMR is for the day. The program that I use to record my food eating on is not MyFitnessPal, it's a different one, and it has built-in increases. So the lowest for the BMR that they have me at, which is similar to what the scale shows, for a sedentary lifestyle, they have me at 1,700 and something, and so that's what I've been going with, is the 1,700 and something. And I got thinking that maybe that was too high. I've been shooting for 90 grams of protein, which is what I've always shot for since I had this last bariatric surgery, and I thought, well, maybe that's too high, because even if your carbs are in a good place, if you eat too much protein and your body can't use it, it'll turn the rest into sugar, which will make your insulin go up, and then it'll turn into fat. And the whole point is to burn fat. You don't want to have any sugar going on. So if you convert it to sugar, then your body's going to snap up and burn the sugar first before it goes to the fat. So I had dropped my overall to 1,500 calories, which in doing the macros of 5%, 20%, and 75%, dropped my protein to like 60. And I don't do a lot of I don't do green vegetables. I should be doing green leafies like broccoli and spinach and kale and Brussels sprouts and those kinds of things with lots of butter on them to get the fat up. But I don't do that so I don't get full. And I've been used to having 90 grams of protein. And last night I ran out of protein. I had lots of fat grams left. I even had some carb grams left. But so I tried making some chocolate, not chocolate delight, but fluffy lemon truffles. No, I didn't. It didn't work. I tried some orange stuff before. I put too much salt in it. I'm not having a good time. I was going to make some chocolate delight, and then cocoa has carbs, but it also had protein in it, and I was determined last night I was not going to go over my protein. Well, I had a rough night. I had a hard time getting to sleep. I was thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Because it seemed like I just barely ate at all during the day, and I was at my protein limit. So I was up closer to 90 today. I went back and I adjusted, and at the light activity for one other site, it came out. It came out to 1700. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. That's close to 90 grams of protein, and I will see if I gain in the morning. Then maybe that's what it was. I'm a little bit higher in my carb level today, so that could be part of it. My numbers were good this morning. It's hard to argue with those, you know. So I'm also having trouble getting the fat in, and because I'm not, you can only put so much fat on things. I did try the spaghetti sauce in the little dish with cheese on it, and I baked that, and I did half a serving at a time and had that for 2 meals, and that was very fulfilling and filling. But to get the fat up, one of the things that I have been, you know, there were 2 nights that I did coconut oil, cooking oil. Like, I put it in some Kool-Aid, sugar-free Kool-Aid kind of thing, and then sucked it with a straw. Well, this morning, I have some MCT oil. It's called Brain Octane, and I get it from the Bulletproof guy. His last name's Osprey. And it has 2 of the chains of the coconut oil, and it's supposed to be superior for energy and helping you with your ketones. So I have I had it in the last one. I forgot to bring it out today. I have a spoon. I'll have to show you my spoon. And it has a long, narrow bowl on it. It's stainless steel. And I've had this for all my married life. And when I did liquid protein way back in the late 70s, oh, nasty stuff. It was red. It was hydrogenized protein. It was like horse hide they boiled or something. I would put it on it, and then I would slide it to the back of my throat until I head back, trying to keep as much of that flavor out as I could, because you couldn't mix this. It was thick and gooey, and it was awful, awful, awful. Well, so I took that Brain Octane and I put it on there, and I slid it in my mouth, and I tipped my head back and let it slide down the back of my throat. And then when I stopped, it was like, oh, I got the sensation of a little bit of oiliness at the back of my throat, but it was just a very, very mild coconut flavor. So I can do that. I can do this. Now, it ran right through me. So I don't know how much I'm getting. It's sticking. But I must be eating enough fat for the ketones because they're testing well. But the satiation is where we start getting sticky. So I think as I go, I'll get better at it. But it's a learning process. I feel better today about being on plan, having good scores in the morning, and then trying to up the protein again. And I also have been exercising. I did 30 minutes on the treadmill, and I do it at 2.6 to music. And if the beat has, if the music has a faster pace, then I'm double stepping. And it's almost like jogging, but I won't jog because of my knees. And then if it's a more sedate, then then I go a little slower. And I actually did 3 full songs pedaling on the bike today. I have an Airdyne bike, and I do arms separately. And I can feel that pulling around my waist and in my arms. But I'm trying to get my stamina built up. When we're in Florida, we ride bikes, and I just have had trouble because I get my legs get so tired because I always put it's like a 21 speed. I never get out of the first 7 or 8, but you know, I always keep it so that I'm doing this all the time. And when I was a kid, I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. We had hills like this, and I used to just stand up and pump. I didn't have any. And I mean, to have a 3-speed, that was a big deal. I had an English racer bike. And my chunky little body on that skinny little tires bike. But I just whizzed all over the place in that. So I'm trying to get my legs built up and also my girl parts calloused so that I can stand to have that seat between my legs to get some exercise this summer because I won't have this winter because I won't have a treadmill. But what I noticed was I was able to do 3 songs with, at the end of the first one, I was fatigued, and then I did my arms, but then I went back and did the second and the third, and I tried to just get into the music and forget what my legs are doing. But I really believe that it's the ketones that, you know, I'm burning the fat, and that makes it's easier. It's easier. And last night, my bike is on the back of the trailer, and we go away Sunday. So my husband whines when I ask him to get the bike down. And then if he gets the bike down and I don't ride it, he gets frustrated with me. And I don't blame him because it's a pain in the butt. So I said to him, you're going to have to take the bike off, or put my bike on second and show me how to get it off. Because last night, I actually wanted to go out and bike ride. And my bike was on the trailer, and I didn't feel compelled enough to push it to make him get it off, but I can feel that time coming. So I think I'm keto adapted, and I'm tickled to death. Now I gotta hang on to it. I know that once you get fully keto adapted, you can experiment a little bit to see where your levels fall without totally throwing yourself out if you don't get too wild. And so I'm hoping in the morning I will be like the same, or I will have had a drop. I hope that increasing my protein has not hurt me in that way. So I'm sorry you missed the sombrero and you missed the spoon. Maybe next, Andy, maybe next Hat Friday, if you vlog early and remind me, I'll get the sombrero out. I think I'm home next weekend. Saturday I see the surgeon, and then I think Sunday we go to the lake for 3 nights for our last hurrah before winter hits. And the lake, there's no family obligation. My sister will be teaching. We may not even see her. That's our last just for us before we head out to Florida. And we haven't made any plans at all. We really won't know much of what's going on until I have my surgery appointment. And I just am almost ambivalent about that. If both breasts were the size of this one, I would be postponing, I think. I charted my scale today, and my muscle continues to climb and my fat continues to drop. I've gained a little bone and gained a little protein, so it's looking good. I'm doing okay. So I'm running out of time, and I will check in with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.